good case scenario, say for instance, this year, which has been, I think one of the highest, revenue collection of about 2.4 trillion in ordinary revenue, then it means that for every shilling collected, you are going to spend relatively above 60% of that in repayment of debt. And if you look at what comes ahead of that is the aggressive domestic borrowing. The private sector is being crowded out. Over the last couple of months, the CBK has reduced the interest rates, but the amount of the rate of interest on private loans is still sticky. It is not going down. Why? Because the government is a more attractive borrower from the banks. And the domestic debt has been very, very extremely aggressive. Because it has high yields, the premiums are good, the government is more secure. So there is no incentive for the banks, the private banks, to lend to the private sector. Compounding that problem is the pending bills. There was a declaration to clear pending bills, all that had been approved. And what we are seeing is between last year, 2024, and this year, 2025, the pending bills have increased from 639 billion to 684 billion. This is forced lending by the private sector from the government. The amount at the county level has increased by around 20 billion, and at the national level has increased by more than 70 billion. So why do banks prefer to lend to the government, more than the private sector? I wish you'd be seeing this. You would see the growth in credit to the government has been increasing in the last 6 months, from October 2024 up to around March 2025, when we are monitoring this. Comparatively, the credit to the private sector has been going down. In the same period, it's reduced significantly, meaning it's obvious that the government is a more preferable lender than the private sector. So that's why the economic growth has been so sticky, because the private sector operations have minimized. There's money owed to the private sector by the government in terms of pending bills, and most of those small and medium enterprises are no longer in operation because they are unable to sustain this kind of economic or other business environment. Finally, on SHA and SHIF and its implementation in 2025. First is what we saw a few months ago, that similar to the problems that faced NHIF, there are still major governance and accountability issues in the way remittances are made to health facilities. There are delayed payments because, as the report that was published in May showed that 75% of level 3 to level 5 facilities are the only one that received a SHIF payment. And from that figure, 83% of them received less than half of what they are owed. So this has been affecting the operations of facilities, and then also compromising the delivery of health services. If you look also at the registration of SHIF, it has about 22 million registered members, but only 4 million are contributing. Those are the people who are formally employed. So the health system of this country is running on the back of 4 million people. I don't think that's the best way to deliver universal health coverage. We are currently doing about 50% of what is required as a per capita investment on every individual to achieve universal health coverage.